I've done this before for anyone else, but I'll make an exception here. I've tried the conventional channels, and so I'll go in an asymmetrical route of trying to get a guest on the show. I think you can guess on who that guest is. No, it's not Jeremy Corbyn. It's the gentleman standing beside Jeremy Corbyn who's trying to kiss this baby, one Mr. George Galloway. I've sent a request on Facebook, and he told me to email him. I emailed him. I got a response back, and then I never heard anything else from the Galloway clan. I even practiced rolling my R's for months, like an official Scotsman. It's a power grab. Power grab. I'm out of practice. But my point is this. I would love to have Galloway on the show. I've tried the conventional channel, so I'm going to go through this particular route and go through the extraordinary length of making a video requesting that Mr. Galloway come onto the show. I don't do this lightly. There are very few people in the world, living or dead, that have informed my point of view of the world, like my workable point of view, not just information, but the way you see the world itself, like how you evaluate information, if that makes sense. Zen was mind-blowing. Chomsky was another one of those people. James Baldwin, again, mind-blowing on this front. King, Richard Wolff, Jack Fresco, but also one George Galloway. I've seen George Galloway. I've probably seen more videos of George Galloway than any human being should probably admit to. And often attacked, often out of sync with, let's say, the current political establishments per se, but usually right. On issues of Iran, on issues of Palestine, Israel. His knowledge of these subjects are expansive. And to hear him get onto a debate stage, or to get him in a situation where he's arguing with someone else, regardless of the position that he's taken, that position is usually defended extraordinarily well. And his position on some of this stuff, particularly on the Israel-Palestine issue, is wildly informative. Like, it's hard to get across how much I like Galloway. Galloway is probably one of my favorite people. And so, yeah, I would take this extra step of belaboring the point and make a outright shameless, profoundly shameless request for one Mr. Galloway to come on to the show. 2 questions, and I'll keep it to 15 minutes. Brexit, meaning the position of Brexit from the left. Most of the people that you hear making their argument for Brexit is usually against it. Meaning this idea of we have to have a deal because the world will fall apart if we don't necessarily have a deal. And so whether you're with Labour or whether you're with the Conservative government, even though they want to have Brexit, they want to have Brexit-ish, not necessarily a complete separation from the European Union. Galloway's position on this is no, he wants a break. And the argument that he tends to make is, well, yeah, I want a break because Jeremy Corbyn can't enact his policies if he's associated with the European Union. I want him to make that case. Like, I'm fascinated to hear how he considers this, the damage that may take place to the UK as opposed to the benefits that may get out of Brexit, and whether or not this is fear-mongering, what he thinks about it. I want to hear his perspective on this. That's the first point. The secondary point is the split in Labour. The turncoats, the traitors, the people who essentially bought it, the Blairites, who left the Labour Party in order to create some secondary centrist party because Labour is shedding its new Labour. You know, it's like new Labour in and of itself gets across the fact that it's something distinctly different than the previous Labour. But I guess my point is this, his perspective on that. 2 questions. Now, mind you, I could sit here and talk to Galloway for 4 hours. So I would try to limit it to 10 to 15 minutes. But again, this is my shameless pitch for one Mr. Galloway. Fucking awesome gentleman behind me here. So, if one Mr. Galloway gets this, please consider coming on to the soapbox. My audience would love it, and you'd make this 41-year-old man, I know I don't look it, black don't crack, this 41-year-old man extraordinarily happy. I leave it here. Thanks all.